And I make a joke. He said, why don't you shove a Ryobi drill up your And I tweet right back, why Ryobi?
Yeah, why not DeWalt?
Why not? Why? And then I did, but that one was...
Milwaukee.
There's a whole...
He handled whole hog with a half-inch chuck.
Makita, go with the Makita.
Well,
but the guy wrote back, he goes...
makes a better plumber's
yes,
drill.
but the guy wrote back, he says, sorry, I was having a tough day, I probably shouldn't have said that. So at least I had an interplay. Sure. What did that come out of nowhere, this meanness?
That was a clip from Adam Carolla and Dennis Prager's upcoming new movie. It's called No Safe Spaces. Comedy used to be the realm of liberals in America, but that has changed recently. Turn on any late-night show. Humor is gone. It's dead. It's been replaced by suffocating propaganda and mindless, repetitive political correctness. Is that permanent? Can it be fixed? Can the country regain its sense of humor, its sense of art, its sense of dignity, really, and perspective? We had that conversation in part 2 of our interview with Carolla and Prager. Here's part of what they said.
What if everyone simultaneously stopped apologizing, stopped backpedaling, stopped walking back tweets when they were quoting Winston Churchill, and then they had to apologize after quoting Winston Churchill or whomever or whatever? What if it all stopped on Monday? There'd be no more business on Tuesday for the people who are trying to shut you down. If we did it and we provided a uniform front, if we all just sort of said, no, I'm not going to apologize, it was a joke, or you took it the wrong way, or I meant it, live with it, this would end immediately.
Let's do that. Can you think, since you guys have just spent the last more than a year working on this film about this topic, can you think of anyone who's done that, who is, other than you all, who's just drawn the line in normal life, and I'm sorry, I'm not going to apologize for what I did?
Donald Trump.
Good point.
And that's what drives them crazy. He just marches on, does his thing. Overwhelmingly, it has been good for the United States and the world. He has said some ridiculous things, even some bad things, fully acknowledged. Nevertheless, he does not apologize to the left. He is the ultimate nemesis of the left because he doesn't care what they say. And I have said often, I'm a religious guy, and I have said there is more fear of the left in America than fear of God. There's more fear of the New York Times editorial page than fear of God. And even if you're an atheist, you can acknowledge the truth of that. And that, when you bust that fear, it's over. They wish that the fear will work. That's why they gather around your table and scream at you, because the previous tactic didn't work, so they keep upping it. But at a given point, it won't work, and that's the hope that the American people understand. There's a vicious cycle taking place on the part, not of liberals, but of leftists. In our film, Alan Dershowitz says, as a liberal, as a Democrat, as an American, as a Jew, I far more fear the left than the right.
Yeah, I think most people do. So how long does this last?
Well, I think there's also a quick addendum here, like a simple thing we could do. I think we're all guilty of doing it. I watch your show, I listen to your show religiously, even though I'm an atheist, and you guys do it, and I don't think it's unconscious, and we all do it, where you go, look, here are my thoughts on immigration, and then you stop and you go, Hispanics are great people. I work with many Hispanic people. I have no ill will in my heart toward Hispanic. And then you go ahead and talk about securing the border. Sure. And then you do this thing where you go, or it's a feminine issue. I'm married. I have daughters. I love them dearly. I don't abuse my wife ritualistically. Now, why do we have to preface everything with explaining, look, I'm not an arsonist, I'm not a pedophile, here are my views. Like, I'm not a racist. This notion, of course you're not a racist, you're not a racist. I'm not a racist in theory. I make a few off-color jokes. My point is we shouldn't have to preface every talking point with, I'm not misogynistic, I'm not xenophobic, I'm not homophobic, I'm not racist. We're not. This is insane that they've talked us into having to preface every talking point with, I have nothing against homosexuals. Many of my best friends are gay. Dennis is a godfather to a homosexual couple. Now, that being said, let me give you my thoughts on gay marriage. This notion that they've talked good family people who've never brought any harm to any group, regardless of sexual proclivities or gender, age, or race. We've never done anything. Why do we have to start every every rebuttal to every argument with, look, I'm not homophobic, and I'm not a racist, and I'm not about, and then you explain you have a wife, and she, honey, are you here, by the way? This is good stuff. Anyway, you're missing a lot of good stuff. The point is, let's stop doing that.
Done.
Go right into your talking point.
I'm never doing that again.
Go right into your talking point. You're not homophobic, and you're not racist, and you're not xenophobic.
I'm not, actually.
You're not.
Right. No,
So
you're right.
Why do we have to prove that to Nutjob, who's arguing with you and who's got you on your heels because you have to make sure that they know you're not a racist at every turn?
You just changed my show. From here on, I will not. Gentlemen, thank you. I can't wait for the movie. It's great to see you.
Thanks, Senator.